Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. If you've never been here before, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Then hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a video goes up on SouFLoTV. So this is another installment keeping up with the assassination of the Haitian Prime Minister Jovenel Moïse. And in this episode, we are talking about Haiti's First Lady, which is the wife of the president who was assassinated. She has now returned to Haiti. Before I even get into this article that I woke up and saw this morning, let me say this. This seems very, very weird to me. Please tell me in the comment section if this does not seem weird to you. As a person who has combat experience, I've been on the side where the doors get kicked in. My door was not kicked in, but I was doing the kicking in of the doors. And I can tell you the trauma that I saw on these people's faces. So for her to have gone through such a traumatic event, not only that, but to have lost her husband, and I have a lot of questions about how he was killed. Multiple gunshots to the face and to the body. As they described it, one of his eye was gouged out. I believe it was his left eye was gouged out completely. And she escaped with a gunshot to the arm, and that's it. She did not run. She did not fight. She just escaped with a gunshot to the arm. Kind of reminds me of the Tupac Shakur and that guy Suge Knight situation. It looks suspicious. It looks funny. I don't want to say if she might be involved in anything, but we live in a weird world. I don't want to add insult to her injury either. At this point, I don't know if I should either call her brave or call her stupid. Either way, I can only say that if that was me, if I was her, I would not be returning to Haiti this quick. But I do notice the security detail that is behind her, and I do see Caucasian men dressed in what seem like United States of America military apparel. So that tells me, and if there's anything that I am definitely confident in the United States military personnel. Our training is of the best in the world, and when we are mission focused, see, the thing about the US military is this: it's not like Haiti, it's not like Jamaica, it's not like these countries where people are put in positions and then are not held accountable. The United States does stuff differently. You are going to be held accountable once you are trained for a position, and then you are given that responsibility. No excuse is acceptable. You accomplish the mission or you die accomplishing the mission. End of story. So I'm guessing she is in good hands at this point. So I woke up this morning and everybody knows it's SouFLoTV. SouFLo means South Florida, and I am here in South Florida, and I check with my Miami Herald. Shout out to my Miami family. That's where I grew up. Shout out to my Zoes, all my Haitians in Miami. That's where we grew up. All right. So 10 days. Just 10 days after her husband was assassinated, killed in a brazen middle of the night attack inside their private residence, the Haitian First Lady Martine Moïse returns to Haiti Saturday. Now, if you saw our video yesterday says that she was doing well, she was recovering, and she was in a secret location guarded in the United States of America at a hospital. Well, that's a update. The update is that while I was posting that video, she was probably getting on a plane heading to Haiti, because shortly after, news broke that she had returned to Haiti, and I saw the clips of her stepping off the plane in Haiti. Now, she was wounded in the arm during the attack, and the original story, the first day it happened, within hours of it happening, it said that she was shot in the arm, in the thigh, and in the torso. Now it is saying that she only got shot in the arm. So which is it? I don't know. But I'll continue to dig, and I'll continue to stay close to this one. Again, this seems rather funny to me. I want you to answer me in the comment section below. If this was you, would you be returning to Haiti this quickly? It has only been 10 days since the assassination of her husband in such dramatic fashion. Would you be returning right now, or would you be trying to find somewhere safe to hide out for a long while? I have a hint of what's going on. The next video that will come after this one will be a video where we talk about who called the order, who gave the order for Jovenel Moïse to be assassinated. And I think that because she now knows that this person is either on the run or they have found out, that she thinks that it is safe for her to return. Please stay tuned for the next video. Now, this one says that Moise's right arm was in a sling when she stepped onto the tarmac of Toussaint Louverture International Airport at the end of a charter flight from Miami with members of her family. She was greeted by acting Prime Minister Claude Joseph and other members of her late husband's administration. Can I tell you, Claude Joseph himself seems very iffy to me as well. He was not appointed to that position. He assumed that position, put himself in that position. However, we will wait to see what comes of that. I am hoping that Haiti will have a election where the people will be allowed to vote and the people's vote will be answered, meaning someone who cares for the people or who is of interest will be put in that position. Now, before leaving Miami, it says that she thanked the doctors and the nurses at Jackson Memorial Hospital with a message posted on her personal Twitter account. And it says, thanks to the team of angels, guardian angels, who helped me through this terrible time. With your gentle touch, kindness, and care, I was able to hold on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, is what her message says. Now, on Friday, Joseph, who is the acting prime minister, he announced the planning was underway for a July 23rd state funeral for the slain president. His burial will take place in the northern city of Cap Haïtien, or if I'm not saying that word properly, please, my Haitian family, forgive me, Cap Haïtien, near where he was born and where he began his career as an entrepreneur. Martine Moïse, which is the wife who just returned, she is expected to help in the planning along with a committee announced by the government. Now, while investigations remain ongoing, questions are lingering about that night. That questions that we still have about where was their security? Where were the security forces that were at the place? Please stay tuned for the other video. The other video covers this in detail. How many of these security personnel were at the palace when the event took place, when the attack went down? How many of them have been reprimanded and are currently either under precautionary measures or facing disciplinary measures, and what will become of that? All that will be answered in the next video coming up. 5 leaders of the president's security team, including Chief of Security Dimitri Herard, have been relieved of their administrative duties and have been taken into custody. 24 agents have been sanctioned. We will talk more about that on the next video. At the same time, members of civil society and political parties are rejecting all 3 contenders. So, this assassination of Jovenel Moïse has left a vacuum in Haiti, a power vacuum. And you know there's always a struggle for power among people who are power hungry. And at this point, there are quite a few contenders. The current acting Prime Minister Claude Joseph, Prime Minister-designate Ariel Henry, who was tapped by the president days before his death to replace Joseph, and the current head of the Senate, Joseph Lambert. All 3 are contenders. But at the same time, members of civil society and political parties are rejecting all three of them. Now, like I said before, the guy who is in place right now, Joseph, he seems very, very iffy to me under suspicious circumstances. Let me explain to you again. Okay? Pay attention to this. The current acting Prime Minister, Claude Joseph, Prime Minister designate Ariel Henry. Ariel Henry was tapped by Jovenel Moise. Just days before Moise was assassinated. He was tapped to replace Joseph. Do you get what I'm saying? So I see a lot of suspicious stuff going on here, but I'm not going to say anything too much about that. I'm talking more about her return. She has officially returned to Haiti. You know, people are saying stuff like, I wonder if she was a part of the planning of his assassination. I wonder if she led them or gave them access to, say, his bedroom, because you got to understand this. Inside the president's house, there are cameras, CCTV cameras. There is also what they call a bug out bunker. So with all the noise going on outside and all the security forces around, how was he not able to get to the bug out bunker? How were they able to find him if he went to the bug out bunker? There are still lots of questions that need to be answered. And at this point, I know some people might be offended, but I don't put anything past anyone. And for that particular reason, I am saying that she is returning too soon. All the people around me, I would be looking at with the side eye and very suspicious of if I myself had nothing to do with this. I'm going to leave it right there. She's a brave woman or she's a stupid woman. There's a thin line between bravery and stupidity. You be the judge. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I wish her all the best. And if she is completely innocent of everything that happened with her husband, then I wish her healing, because she is going to need it for years and years to come. This is SouFLoTV. Stay tuned. Next video coming up. Who ordered the hit specifically? I'll see you then. I'm out. Peace.